I was waiting for you. Okay, so now we can start since everybody is present. Take one and pass. Take one and pass. Just go through your notes and check if everything is printed first. So chapter 1, Living World, please open those notes first. So the first page, what you can see? Keywords. If you see the notes of your next chapter, Biological Classification, the first page is blank. Why is it blank? Because I was too lazy to find out the keywords. Okay. So this first chapter is actually example for you that how you are going to write all the keywords. Okay, and of course, while reading, you'll come to know which are the keywords in the chapter. Okay, so you have to write down all the keywords of chapter 2 when we are done with it. Okay, the easier method is whatever portion we have completed, all those we can write. Maybe today we are completing with Protista. So till Protista, whatever are the keywords, you can write on the very first page. Okay, this only took only 2 columns, but maybe for biological classification, it will take more. So you can make 3 columns. Okay, and with a small handwriting, you can write. Don't number them because Roman numbers after 20, 25, how it will go, only the writing the numbers will take a lot of space. Okay, so forget about numbering them, just write down one by one. Okay, is this clear? So just go through your living world. Is there any doubt here that you have? Did your teachers taught you the taxonomic aids, which is there, which is the last part of this chapter? No, right? So actually that is deleted, but some higher secondaries they are still teaching it. So if they ask the questions, that you should be prepared with it. So there is nobody here, right? Konaku shikonani, tungu shikala, last part. Okay. Is there anybody else? Yes. Asakon? Fine. Only one person, then I'll teach that only to you, not to them. It's very easy actually. काय ना botanical garden असा, herbarium असा, easy things. 4 or 5 or something they are there. Hmm? Okay. Okay, is there anybody whose initial 2 pages which were actually deleted? Okay, that is the difference between living and non-living. So हे कोणाक शिकयला high secondary तुमका शिकयला. That is also a deleted part. And that is not also important currently because we know to differentiate between living and non-living. But still, if you want, I can teach you that also. Okay, anybody else? कोणाक शिकयला? First part, living, non-living, growth, reproduction, metabolic processes. Just the basics. So basics. Are you okay with that basic, or do you want me to teach that part? What about you, Daniela? Have you understood that part? It's very easy actually. काय difficult not आहे. फक्त सांगला they have explained about many points and they have said why this is eliminated and not considered as the point for living or non-living thing. Okay, then last, what is the last part which we have considered as that is the only point which we can consider that the organism is living? What is that point? Yeah, metabolic processes. Rest every other point which is mentioned earlier is present in non-living things as well. Okay, so only metabolic processes is the one which is not present in non-living things. Is this clear to everybody? Yes, इतलेच असतं आम्ही काय म्हणलंय ना त्याच्या पहिली ग्रोथ एक असतलो रिप्रोडक्शन एक असतलो आणि किती असं what are the things only this okay only these things are yes. So again, I'm saying if still you want me to teach this in detail, I'm ready. You just have to tell me. Okay, if you're not, if you're shy telling here, you can WhatsApp me and I can teach you next class without mentioning that who have asked for the repetition part. Okay, that is also fine with me. So whatever doubts you have, you can message me anytime, not on Sundays. If you message me on Sundays, I'll block you. Then I'll unblock you again on Monday. But please do no messages strictly on Sunday or Saturday night. नाजाल्यार रातचे 12 बीन message केली. I always binge watch something on Saturday nights. So if you disturb my binge watching, I'm going to kill you. And mind you, right now I'm watching Teach You a Lesson series. So be aware. Have you seen that series on Netflix? No? It's nice. Teach you a lesson. Good for teachers, actually. Very satisfying for the teachers. They beat the students around. Fun to watch. Nobody would like to beat you people. See, असे उलटे बी हे केलेले मातशे सारखे करा. Check your notes properly. Only this one I got, I guess. Ki the print जाऊ ना, then you can take the other copy from me. Thank you so much. This will be very, very helpful. Is there anybody who have got the papers last? Okay. Can I keep these copies or do you want it? You don't want it, right? Sure. This is for me. Fine. Then I'll keep this so that I can sort it out according to the chapters and then give you the questions. Yes. Is there anybody who have got the question papers? Please get it. If they are not allowing you to print, then you can just take the photographs and send the photographs to me on WhatsApp. Okay. Then Shania have sent me the syllabus for your July and the final exams. So what is your syllabus for these exams? Living world, then biological classification, plant kingdom, animal kingdom. I don't think so. Anybody's having. Anybody's having animal kingdom? Anybody is having animal kingdom? I hope the animal kingdom chapter is not there for you. Do you have it? Yes or no? Don't know. Okay. Benjamin, you have it? You don't know or you don't have it? Physical? Don't. Don't know. You okay, you don't have. Okay, normally to asana because it's a very lengthy chapter and already tumka lengthy chapters asa. So that's why they are skipping those chapters here. And which is the next chapter you told me? Can you show it to me again? Cell, I guess. Cell and cell cycle, right? Yeah, cell and cell cycle. You guys have cell and cell cycle. That is for the final chapter, I guess. Okay, before that you have flowering, anatomy of flowering plants, and one more chapter. What is the name of that other chapter? Morphology. Okay, can you give me the textbook? Sure. Yes, so you have living world, biological classification, plant kingdom, morphology of flowering plants, and anatomy of flowering plants. These are 5 and 6 is my specialization because I have done my MSc in botany. This is our taxonomy paper. which we had in our first year, first semester. Okay, but I'm not good in taxonomy. I don't know the names of all the plant. Okay, my stronger areas are plant physiology and 12th standard you have molecular biology, genetics, biotechnology. Those are my areas. Okay, fine. So we'll complete these chapters and we'll have a test. Mostly, do you have physics test on Monday or something? This Friday you have physics test. So we'll have biology test on next Wednesday. इतलं त्रास करणार तुमचा. Okay, next Wednesday. So till Monday, whatever we complete, mostly we'll finish with the second chapter. Yeah, first and second. First chapter, hardly there is anything. Okay, first and second chapter, you'll have test on next Wednesday. Ready? You guys okay with that? Is there anybody who is having doubt? Or is there anybody who doesn't want the test? Then I'll cancel. Even if one person doesn't want a test, then I will not conduct the test. So all of you want it, right? See, I knew it. You guys are born ready for the test. Yuziko is like, बोलूं या ना बोलूं? ये फंसाने की कोशिश कर रही है. नहीं, Yuziko? Yes. हाँ, biological classification first page blank कित्याक आसा ते तुमकां सांगलें. Can you see last two pages? That is not a printing mistake. They are purposely kept empty. दोन pages empty आसा सगळ्या. Yes. So on these two pages, what you are going to do? You are going to draw the tables. Table कशे draw करप, कितें कितें include करप, I'll tell you. So after every kingdom, we are going to draw a table. Okay. First, Moneran तितले काय व्हडले ना, so we are not taking Monera into consideration. But from Protista, we are going to draw the tables for referring everything in one place itself, so that तुमचं सगळे परत परत notes वाचचे पडपाना. Okay, is this clear? Any doubt? Yes? Vidal? बरो करता response देता. Good. Yeah? No, right? No doubts, right? Okay, good. Okay. Before starting with today's class, I want you all to write 5 points about Kingdom Monera. With pencil, with pen, whatever you want, but 5 points about Monera. I told you don't have to revise at home. यही पे कर लेंगे सब कुछ. 1 minute more. Okay, stop. Now open the notes. Read about Monera. Right from the heading, Kingdom Monera, you have to read it, everything. Yes, Lisa, can you tell me the first point under Monera? Hmm? That is the classification of Monera. It is about is it the first point about extreme habitat? Say it. Don't be shy. Say it. Yeah, so what belongs to this kingdom Monera? Bacteria are the sole organisms which comes under Monera. Very important. If you're introducing yourself to someone, you'll always say that I am Swasha Khandeparkar. So you're always going to tell from which family you're coming, right? So that is very important. That is like the exact, what do you say, identity of yours that you're giving to the audience. So obviously, whenever you're writing about any kingdoms, you have to first write down which are the sets of organism which is coming under that particular kingdom. Is this clear? Fine? Yes. Next, second point, Daniela. Yes, they are most abundant microorganisms. So they are present almost everywhere. What is the reason why they are present everywhere? Because they can stay in any harsh condition, right? They can stay in any extreme habitats. What are the examples? Hot springs, deserts, snow, deep oceans, etc., etc. Okay, and they can also be parasites. Okay, the next point is based on the shape, they are divided into four different categories. Okay, what is that? Bacillus, coccus, vibrio, spirillum. Okay, next, they have most extensive metabolic diversity. So their metabolic system is such diverse, and that is the exact reason why they can survive or thrive in the extreme conditions. Right? Next, about their mode of nutrition, they are autotrophic as well as they are heterotrophic. Okay, autotrophic two types: photosynthetic, chemosynthetic, and heterotrophic. Then comes to the last point is about the classification. So my name is Swasha, मेरे family में ये सब लोग हैं. I'm not going to say that as the very first sentence. First, I'm going to introduce about myself. I'm going to tell I like dancing, I like singing, all these points I'll mention, and then I'll mention about who is there in my family. Right? So that comes the last part. Fine. So what comes under this kingdom? First is Archaebacteria. Second is Eubacteria. Then few things about Archaebacteria and few things about Eubacteria. This is what you are going to write if a kingdom is asked for 5 marks. Hejakun extra goshti asa. Let me tell you one thing. This is not it. This is only for your these exams which you are learning. But you are preparing for NEET. Itle information is not enough. You have to learn the foundational courses first. Okay. Is there anyone who is interested here in learning the foundational courses of NEET? Please raise your hand and don't worry. NEET करपाक जाय म्हणजे तुम्ही क्लियर जायसर आमचे हांव तुमचे फाटे लागतले अशें कांय ना. इट इज जस्ट वी आर प्रिपेरिंग फॉर समथिंग. ओके ते आतांसूनच आम्ही प्रिपेअर केलं न्ही इट इज बेटर बिकॉज मागीर मागीर स्ट्रेस तितलो कमी जातलो. वील हॅव लॉट मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन आणि इन्फॉर्मेशन चड असली म्हणजे टुवेल्थाचो पोर्शन ऑटोमॅटिकली यू विल फील इट इज मच मोर इजियर and it will also help you to get good marks in 12th standard. That's it. Okay, I'm not strictly telling you to do NEET, yes, biology is fail. No, I'm not telling you that. I'm just suggesting you that you have to make your foundation strong because more the information, more the marks. That's it. Is there anybody who is interested? One. Anybody else? Two. Anybody else? Ani कोण असा हांगा? Okay. We'll start with something called as read the biology chapters of 9th and 10th standard. Okay. Textbook में ना online NCERT textbook you can type NCERT textbook of 9th standard. You'll get a free PDF. Just read that. आता तुम्ही 11th पावल्या so 9th and 10th वाचप will be like A B C D E F G. Okay, so you just read it once. If there is anything that you don't understand, come to me and ask. Okay, anytime, and or you can WhatsApp, but you should not message me on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday after 4 o'clock. Okay, before 4 o'clock Saturday you can. Okay, fine. So that is the thing. Rest of you, if you guys are feeling shy to reply now, you can message me on WhatsApp. Okay, saying whether you guys are interested or not. That's it. Hmm? And this will also help you in increasing your marks. That's it. Ani kai nahi. Hmm? Fine, so we'll move to the next kingdom, which is Kingdom Protista. I love teaching these chapters. Why, you know? Because I can sit and I can just talk. I don't have to draw anything. I don't have to show you any demo. I don't have to do for DNA and all. I'll have to show a lot of biomolecules chapter. त्यांना खूप किती किती डेमो यो तू हांगा यो तू DNA जा तू RNA जा you are this you are that will do. But now it's very easy because all the pictures I have put here in the PPTs. Okay, so let's start with Kingdom Protista. Yes, any doubt in Kingdom Monera? Any doubt? Okay, so now on what you can do is notebook hardly जाय पडटलो. So you will just keep your textbook and your notes simultaneously. But ट्युशनाक येतना बायो नोटबुक, बायो टेक्स्टबुक आणि जे तुमकां notes दिल्या ते बीन सगळे वांगडा घेऊन येया. Okay, if there is anything extra you have to write in your notebooks, I'll tell you. Fine? Is this clear? Okay. So Kingdom Protista, they are single cell eukaryotes. What is eukaryote? Proper nucleus. So what is present in eukaryote? Nuclear envelope is present. Last time पहिले ने आम्ही nuclear envelope. Yes? Okay. Then there are other differences also between eukaryotes and prokaryotes, but this is the major difference. Okay. So Hangaki, the boundary is not well defined. Okay. So boundaries of this kingdom are not well defined. त्याच्या भितर कोण येता? Photosynthetic protists सुद्धा येता, which other scientists might say that it is not a protist, it's a plant. So जे कितें photosynthesize करता तेका थोडे biologist plants म्हणता, पण थोडे म्हणता की ना, that comes under protista. Okay, then members of protista are primarily aquatic. म्हणजे हे खय असतले in the water. Okay, most of them will be in water. So this is like a link between plants, animals and fungi. Okay, this is a link between plants, animal. How it's a link between plant, animal and fungi? So first of all, it is living in water, photosynthetic in nature. So that's why we are saying, okay, हे जे वेळेला आम्ही किती study करू शकता, we can study about evolution, that how organisms have been evolved. Okay, सगळ्या वयल्यान जमनीतल्यान सकलका पळोवना न्ही, I mean मळबांतल्यान सकलका पळोवना. Okay, they have been evolving throughout. Okay, is this part clear? सामको सोप्पो आसा, easy आसा. Yes. Next is about cell body. So since it's eukaryotic, they have well-defined nucleus, right? Next is other membrane-bound organelle. Can you give me example of one membrane-bound organelle? Thank you. Very good. So Satkar, next class. No, really, I'm very proud because at least you guys are talking now. At least one or two people are talking currently. बाकीच्यांचे अजून जातले रिपेअरिंग हळूहळू निवेदा विल डू इट टुगेदर ओके नाव युअर इन माय टीम हांगा बस नेक्स्ट टाइम ओके येस सो मायटोकॉन्ड्रिया क्लोरोप्लास्ट हे सगळे कितें आसा जेंका एक एनवलप आसा एनवलप म्हणजे कितें सांग यूल हॅव अ नेक्स्ट चॅप्टर कॉल्ड एज सेल ओके तितून तुमकां न्यूक्लियर एनवलप or you will have envelope in general हे दोन terms nuclear envelope म्हणजे nucleusचे envelope and there is one more envelope which is present to your organisms so what is that envelope is the outermost covering so कोणाच्या लग्नाक or कितें आमकां जर कोणाक पयशे दिवपाक जाय खंयच्या फंक्शनाक बर्थडेक बीन ए घे रे 500 रुपया अशें करून हातीन काडून दिता आमी ना आमी कितें करता ते एनवलपान घालता बरे पॅक करता so that it is not lost anywhere. Right, so similarly there is an envelope present to many organisms so that whatever that is there inside the cytoplasm that is not getting scattered here and there. Okay, so that is the function of envelope, that it is protecting it from the external environment. Okay, so what is present here? वेल डिफाइंड न्यूक्लियस आणि मेम्ब्रेन बाउंड ऑर्गेनल. मेम्ब्रेन म्हणजे तुमका सांगला इट्स अ outermost envelope or outermost covering which is present. Then some have flagella or cilia. Did I tell you the difference between flagella and cilia? And one more thing was there. What was that? Very good. Fimbriae. Flagella, cilia, fimbriae. हे तीन दिसता सिमिलर बट जेन्ना आमी कंपेअर करून एकीच कडेन ड्रॉ करता पळय दॅट टाइम वी कॅन सी द डिफरन्सेस. फ्लॅजेला इज द बिगर वन. आफ्टर दॅट कम्स फिम्ब्रिये, सगळ्यात लहान सिलिया, हेअर लाईक इज योर हेअर लाईक पार्टिकल इज योर cilia. Okay, is this clear to everybody? Yes, any doubt? कोणाक कितें डाऊट आसा? See, I do not teach in very loud manner. I teach like this only, slowly, slowly, ho. But that doesn't mean you have the right to sleep in my class. No, no, nobody's sleeping. What I'm just saying, पहिलेच सांगून दवरता. Okay, precaution is better than cure, na? That's what I'm telling you. Fine. Yeah, so they have what? Flagella or cilia. Reproduction here can be asexual and sexual. Okay, that is, it can be cell fusion or it can be zygote formation. Which of these is asexual and which of these is sexually filled? Cell fusion is asexual and zygote formation is sexual. What do you mean by zygote formation? Yes, fusion of gamete. What gamete? Male gamete and female gamete. Good. What is, see, the more you ask, the more you answer, the more questions I'll ask, and then the more questions I ask, the more your brain will work. So this will help your future generation by, you know, rest you know. Okay, I'll not repeat it every class. You know why I'm doing this. So that the very important character is retained in Homo sapiens. Okay, so yeah, what is one simple question I want to ask? What is the ploidy level of zygote? Yeah, you can ask what is ploidy. I don't know what is ploidy. Magirus maka कळटलें न्ही that what I have to explain. Zygote formation zata. I can put a full stop, read it and go. But you don't know what is zygote. You don't know where it is. You don't know it's ploidy. Okay, you don't know what is ploidy. Yeah, that's what I want to know, right? Hekaच म्हणता foundation courses. In this, we are going to make the base very strong. You can ask me anytime. Ask me now. What is ploidy? Yeah, you can ask. इथले लसपाची गरज ना. Okay. So with this, what happens? With this, you are going to learn lot many things in detail. आणि आता starting जितले डिटेलान शिकता पळय, this will help you to understand next chapters better. आणि तेका म्हाका चड मागीर तुमकां एक्सप्लेन करचें पडपाना. When I say zygote, you'll imagine everything about zygote. तुमकां परत परत सांगचें पडपाना जे प्लॉइडी लेवल हे असे फॉर्म जाता तसे फॉर्म जाता हे ते blah blah blah. I don't have to explain anything. So what we have, so female gamete is correct and male gamete is yes sperm. Their ploidy level is N. Now what is this N? I'll tell you. When they fuse, we get zygote, and zygote is now 2N. Human beings are dash haploid, triploid, tetraploid, or fourth option there is no ploidy in humans. What is the answer? Okay, how many chromosomes are there in human beings? Why do we say 23 pairs? Why we don't say only 23? Very good. That is the ploidy level. Okay, so 23, that is one set is coming from the sperm Another set is coming from the egg. Together, what we are getting is, now you understood what is ploidy level? Ploidy means set of chromosomes. Okay, so here there is how many set? There is only one set. Okay, when we say one set, when there is only one set of chromosome, it is called as haploid. If you have heard of haploid anytime? No? Okay, no problem. That is haploid. How do we write haploid? N. Okay, N. Then two set of chromosome is diploid. And how do we write that? 2N. Then three sets triploid. That is 3N. And we can go on and on and on. Okay, so human beings are diploid in condition. Okay, diploid means one character, one set of character we are getting it from the one parent, and the other set of character we are getting from the other parent. This is the ploidy level. Understood? You can write this as the extra thing in the last part of your notebook. Last 20 pages I told you to write, right? Haruna. It's okay. You can write in pencil somewhere else. Okay, first write down ploidy means set of chromosomes. Okay, so it can be haploid, diploid, triploid, dash, 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 dash. Then write down what is haploid. Haploid means one set of chromosome. How it is denoted? Small n. Diploid is 2n. Okay, number of set of chromosomes. Okay, so this is a better way to understand. So this is haploid. Only one set of chromosomes are there. So set of chromosomes म्हणजे in gametes there will be 23 such chromosomes. Number is 23. Ploidy is 1. Is this clear? Similarly, here two set of chromosomes mean diploid. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4. असे कितले असतले? 23 pairs. Now you understand what is 23 pairs, but this condition is called as diploid condition. That is the ploidy level. So ploidy level दुसरे असा आणि number is different. Are you getting this point? Yes, is this concept clear to everybody? Similarly, if आमका जर ह्युमन्साक जर ट्रिप्लॉइड म्हणटाले जाल्यार कितें आसता आशिल्ले like this 3 सेट्साचे कितले आसता आशिल्ले number of chromosomes 23 sets of chromosomes if we were triploid. Is this clear? Okay, and there are many organisms with the higher ploidy level, but maximum organisms असतात they are having diploid condition. Okay, so म्हणून आम्ही जेन्ना genetics शिकता in 12th standard, we are learning about monohybrid, dihybrid cross, maximum dihybrid, trihybrid भी आम्ही शिकना. Okay, is this clear to everybody? Yes? Sure? इतना ठंडा reaction. I thought you guys will be happy that you learned something in detail today. Be happy, right? Happiness दिख नहीं रही है. दिखा दो बहन, थोड़ा तो दिखा दो. Like, दिल रखने के लिए मेरा. I know even sometimes when I don't have mood, I don't feel like smiling, and that is 90% of the time I don't feel like smiling. Only here I do, because if I keep my face pale, then even that will affect you guys. Okay? So कभी कभी दूसरों के लिए sacrifice करना पड़ता है. Fine. So this is about small introduction part of Kingdom Protista. Next is about its classification. म्हणजे त्याच्या घरान कोण कोण असा, एक भाव असा, एक बहीण असा, मम्मी असा, डॅडी असा आणि एक छोटू असा त्यांच्या घरात. सो 1 2 3 4 5. ओके, भावाचे नाव कितें? क्रिझोफाइट्स. सिस्टरीचे नाव कितें? डायनोफ्लॅजेलेट्स. मागीर कितें म्हटलेलें हांवें? मम्मीचे नाव कितें? युग्लिनॉइड्स. पप्पाचे नाव? स्लाइमोइड. छोटू का नाम? प्रोटोजोम. Why this is Chotu? You'll come to know why this is Chotu. त्याचे वयल्यान you'll remember his character also. Okay? So भाई बहन, मम्मी पप्पा और छोटू. 5 people. Do not forget this. Okay, 5 people. He is not talking about himself here. Okay, 5 people. About 5 people he is talking now. So first is chrysophytes. So chrysophytes तितून किती असता? सिस्टर म्हटलेले आम्ही. क्रिझोफाइट्सचा काय ब्रदर म्हटलेलो? ओके, ब्रदर. So diatoms and golden algae. So भावा किती आवडता? Brother is having 2 girlfriends and also love gold. Diatoms, golden algae. Okay, golden algae. Scientific name किती? Desmids. Okay, that's found in fresh water. Swimming करपाक खूप आवडता भावाक. Okay, found in fresh water as well as marine environment. त्याने मांडवी सुद्धा क्रॉस केल्या. Okay, so marine, and this is how actually we are supposed to study. नाजाल्यार याद उरना. There are so many things to confuse you, but if you make a story in your head, you'll remember everything perfectly. फर्स्ट कशें आशिल्लें, मोनेरा वॉज व्हेरी स्मॉल, तो इतलें काय याद उरपाचें नाशिल्लें. पण आतां फुडें 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 मातशें चड कॉम्प्लिकेटेड, फॅमिली इश्यूज मातशे चड वाडटले. ओके, दिस इज स्टील अ न्युक्लियर फॅमिली. ओके, मागीर जॉयंट फॅमिली येवपाची आसा. फंजाय एंड ऑल इज अ ह्यूज जॉयंट फॅमिली. ते काका मामा बीन सगळे वांगडाच रावतात. ओके, so yeah, marine environment. Then they are microscopic and float passively. So तो किती mischievous गोष्टी करता पळय, that is not कितें म्हणटा caught. Why? Because he does it very secretly, since he is a very small thin person, so he can sneak out from his room anytime he wants from the balcony or from the window. Okay, because he is very thin, microscopic, and float passively. Obviously, swimmer नहीं. तो swimmer तो swim करेगा, float करेगा ही. Okay, float passively in water current. So water currents आम्ही passively swim करतो त्याका आम्ही किती म्हणता? Planktons. Okay, that is planktons. By the way, have you ever heard of that bioluminescence? Blue color जातात पळय, that is actually this diatoms. ओके ते बायोल्युमिनन्स होता पळय that is their character. ते एकामेकाक जेन्ना आपटता न्ही, so they show that radiations bioluminescence. It's a very beautiful phenomenon to see. I have seen that in Goa itself. ते बीचाचे म्हाका नाव याद जायना. Okay, what we did, my husband is a software engineer, so त्याचे काम सोंपता 3:30. So I told him after your work is done, or maybe just 15 minutes early, we can leave at 3:15 and we can go and we can watch this bioluminescence. So he's like, okay, 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 I'll call my friends also. I'm like, I'm not sure whether we'll get it. They're like, no, 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 they'll be very interested to see. I'm like, okay, I'll take it, but we'll go, we'll search. Then त्याचे 3 जण फ्रेंड येयले आनी फाटल्यान बसला. सो अशा तुवें आमकां 3:30 घरांतल्यान भायर हाडला. बायो इल्युमिनन्स दिसना जाल्यार तुजे इल्युमिनन्स करतले आमी. Oh God, these guys are going to screw me up if we don't see this bioluminescence. आणि गेली आम्ही थंय बिचार फायनली. पयलीं आमकां कांय बायोल्युमिनन्स दिसूना, सगळ्यांक अशी जेली फिशीस पडलेली आणि सिन्स वॉटर करंट फाटल्यान गेले सो द जेली फिशीस वॉज देअर ऑन द सँड. सो इट वॉज व्हेरी स्कॅरी टू वॉक ऑल्सो. मागीर आमी कितें केलें, हळू हळू फुडें गेले. थंय फिशरमॅन बी कोण नाशिल्ली आनी शेक्साची लायटूय पडनाशिल्ली. सो इन दॅट डार्क कितें म्हणटा तो सामको एनवायरमेंट आशिल्लो, कांयच फुडलें कांय दिसनाशिल्लें. सो वी पुट आवर फोन्स ऑफ. दॅट टायम वी सॉ दॅट bioluminescence. So that means खूप कमी आसा diatoms, but आसा. You can still see it. Even if you go and roam in that ferries which is there in Shorao Island and all. In that ferries also, when that ferry moves, you can see bioluminescence there. पण खूप केअरफुली पळोवपाक जाय की थंय लायट खूब आसता न्ही, सो लायट खूब आसता तेन्ना दिसना. बट दीस इज अ गुड न्यूज की डायटम्स आसा पूण चड ना, कित्याक चड आसले दॅट मिन्स दॅट वॉटर इज पोल्युटेड. Okay, so they look beautiful, but they are not indicating anything that is beautiful. They're just indicating their water is polluted. Okay, so that is the story of diatoms. Now, most of them are photosynthetic, that is, they can produce their own food. Now, we will talk about the two girlfriends which the brother Chrysophyte have. So, we'll talk about diatom because that is the most interesting part, right? So there are two thin overlapping shells. So there is a covering which is present, which looks like a soap box. Soap box पहिला सगळ्यांनी soap आम्ही दवरपाक एक सकयल आसता एक व्हडलो आसता ते most of the time काडटना टाक करून soap पडटा. Okay, so that is a overlapping shell which is a character of diatom. Then the walls of this are having silica. Silica कितें? A chemical which is present in the walls of this overlapping shells. Okay, and indestructible. So this is a very, very, very important point. Most of the time 2 marks questions are asked. Okay, 2 marks questions are asked. They ask you about diatomaceous earth. Sure short 2 marks question, diatomaceous earth. So when diatomaceous earth is asked, you have to know it comes under protista and they are talking about diatoms. Diatoms are having silica overlapping shells and their property is that they are indestructible. Okay, so these diatoms, they leave cell wall deposit in the habitat. So when they die, this silica, since it cannot be degraded, it is still present in the lower parts of the water body, and over billion years it is referred to as diatomaceous earth. म्हणजे ते सोडून सकल पडून 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 it forms like a thin layer of their shells. Okay, and that shell layer is called as diatomaceous earth. That's it. इतलेशे simple cute शे meaning तेगेले आसा. ओके, फक्त कितें आसा, इफ यू डोंट नो इट यू कांट रायट इट. आता तुमकां खबर आसा वॉट इज diatomaceous earth, so you can write this with your own words also. Okay, then so being gritty, this soil is used in polishing. So we know they will not get degraded. So obviously now it is used somewhere commercially. How use karta? They are used in पॉलिशिंग म्हणजे घट असा नाही ते चरचरीत असा सो इट कॅन बी यूज्ड फॉर पॉलिशिंग फिल्ट्रेशन ऑफ ऑइल्स अँड सिरप्स अँड डायटम्स आर द चीफ प्रोड्युसर्स इन ओशन्स चीफ प्रोड्युसर्स म्हणजे कितें which are the chief producers in terrestrial habitat plants so chief producers म्हणजे कितें yeah so they can produce what food so that is like the producers of the food chain right so from there the food is going to be produced okay so is this clear about the brother chrysophytes yes next is about dinoflagellates that is sister so we are talking about sister now so Lisa you can do one thing go and sit on that side go. Okay, so dinoflagellates, they are marine. So earlier one, they were found in fresh water as well as in the marine system, but this is found only in marine environment. So what is it? Marine and they are photosynthetic in nature. Okay, photosynthetic means obviously they are autotrophic. Now, what is their color? Yellow, green, brown, blue, red, depending on what type of pigment they will be having. Okay, so if they are having chlorophyll A, they will be in green color. If they have xanthophyll, they will be yellow in color. Okay, similarly, there are so many pigments which are present, and those pigments are giving the coloration to this particular dinoflagellates. That is, if she is wearing a red dress, she'll wear red color, all the accessories, right? Everything which is matching. So, the sister is very much particular about her appearance. So, that's why this is the sister. Okay, then cell wall stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface. So the brother is having two girlfriends, but the sister is very sophisticated. So she is very picky in choosing whatever that she has to choose in her life. Okay, so stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface, and there are two flagella. Okay, two best friends. Most of the time in movies also you see, right? One main lead is having two friends always. So she is having two flagella which lies longitudinally or in other ways transferally in furrow between the wall plates. ये जे असा पय two flagella हे जे location सांगलांगा which is this. One is this longitudinal flagellum. Okay, and the other is transverse flagellum. Okay, this is what longitudinal flagellum and this is the transverse flagellum. So why I'm telling you this because when you draw, when you write the answers and when you draw the diagrams for it, then the examiner understands that okay, you know everything about this. Since if तुमका खबर नाशिल्ले that what is longitude and transverse, तर तुम्ही केना diagram draw करचित ना, केना label करचित ना. So if you have a good writing speed, I would always suggest you to draw these small diagrams wherever possible. That is the reason I have given you diagrams in each and every topic. Okay, so this is the diagram from your textbook. When it is not, most of the time, everywhere the diagrams won't be asked. That's why I'm saying if you're free, like free means if you have enough time, if you have good writing speed, then you can draw. No, no, they won't cut marks as such, but this will ensure that your marks are not deducted as well. Because if you write everything perfectly, draw the diagrams, what happens, most of the time, 5 marks such a questions are at least half a mark they deduct. but half mark, half mark, half mark, half mark करून असे literally getting 2-3 marks deducted altogether. So better thing is that you draw it and you secure your half marks also, because you know in bio we are aiming to get full marks, not just passing or not just 80, 70. No, we are aiming to get full marks. That is what you should be having in your head. That's it. Hmm? Yes, is this clear? And I'm talking about 11th standard as well, not just 12th. ताकूच आम्ही perform करतली आता आमची board झाल्या. So let me just enjoy. No, only sitting here listening is enough. आणि काय नका मका. Hmm? So next point is example is red dinoflagellates. What is the scientific of red dinoflagellates? Read it please. Gonulax. Gonulax. Okay, so red dinoflagellates, which is called as gonulax. Okay, they undergo rapid multiplication that they make sea appear red. So there are some beaches which we can see now. They all are appearing red in color. Have you seen any beach like that? गोवानच असा इंस्टाग्रामर सगळे लोग रील्स घालत ये कहाँ पे है बताओ लोकेशन हैशटैग blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, these things are going on because, and this is purely due to contamination and people are not understanding it. Okay, but असो आता किती करूया आम्ही नाही, but they find it very beautiful. So असो टुरिस्ट का तिथले आमका बरं. Okay, so this red dinoflagellates will make the sea look red in color. It's very very beautiful to see, but we really have to think whether they are ecologically good or not. Hmm? Then toxins released by such large numbers may kill other marine animals such as fishes. So now understood why I'm saying that they are good or bad. We have to decide, because they will be always releasing some toxins which will make other fishes lose their life. Huh? Maybe some of us will show some reactions, but not all of the people, because many a times we are having higher immunity. That's what I feel, because I have seen many tourists going in those particular areas, but they do not show any irritation. Even I'm not, they said Kola Beach or something, like the higher part of the Kola Beach. Even I'm not sure of it. But I have seen many reels, and there are many influencers who do not disclose the area also, na. So for privacy reasons, something. But कोण खंयच्यानय सोदून सोदून थंय पावता, that I'm very much sure. Okay, fine. So this is about the sister. Sister is a diva here. Okay, so just learn this in a very easy manner. This is the easiest way we can learn any boring topic. Okay, fine. So next is euglenoids. So euglenoid is a mother. Okay, so yes, euglenoids, fresh water and present in stagnant water. So the father is having a stable income. That's why it is present in the stagnant water. You know stagnant water, na? Water which is not moving. It's just there. Yeah, just present in one area. Lake also you can consider stagnant water. Okay, so instead of cell wall, it is having protein-rich layer called as pellicle. Okay, cell wallaच्या जाग्यार कितें आसा? Another strong layer which is called as pellicle, which is rich in protein. Fine. Then, so it makes body flexible, so they can move very swiftly or easily. Then they have how many flagella? Two flagella, short and long. Okay, there are two flagella. In that, the flagellas were present longitudinally and transversely. But here it is about the length of the flagella. One is short, one is long. Then they can be photosynthetic in nature, but when the sunlight is not present, that time they can become heterotroph. Okay, so in case of any, what do you say, if you have less money, then obviously your father is not going to buy many things for himself. He's going to buy things for your mother, he's going to buy things for you, but he's not going to buy things for himself. Okay, so when deprived of sunlight, deprived of money, what he's going to do? He's going to become heterotrophic. Hmm? You know heterotrophic mode of nutrition? Yes? Fine. Now, pigments of euglenoids are identical to those present in higher plants. So higher plants are chlorophyll असतं, xanthophyll असतं. So it is similar. So depending on which organism we are talking about. याच्या भितरी खूपशे म्हणजे युग्लिनॉइड्सच्या भितरी खूपशे स्पीसीज असले न्ही. So all the species will be having different pigments which is similar to the higher plants, and the example is euglena. Okay, example is euglena. Fine. Next is slime molds. Mother India. Okay. Father's friend, we can say. Okay, whatever you feel like. Okay, slime mold. So this is saprophytic protist. What do you mean by saprophyte? Thank you. Now allow depression. I will from last 3 to 4 days. I'm literally eating chocolate, and it is not a healthy thing for me. Because if I don't get, you don't know how things are affecting me really. If I don't get response, I get stressed. I feel that I'm not teaching the way I'm supposed to teach. I take it to my heart. I'm a very sensitive person. Okay. Yeah, so slime modes, saprophytic protist, body moves along decaying twigs. Okay, so it is like moving along with the food. तेरे को अब खाएगा, अब खाएगा. Then they attack on those twigs, leaves. Okay, and they will be feeding on this dead and decaying matter. That is what saprophytic means, right? Then suitable condition, they are forming aggregations. So if they have nice climate, then they will be proliferating, they will be increasing, and what we will be getting? Plasmodium, okay, which may grow under and spread over several feet. So this is a plasmodium, which is like the aggregation of slime molds, and this black color thing which you can see, they are the spores. Okay, spores means like they are seeds. Okay, अजून हे लहान असा, so प्लांट्सच्या भितर आम्ही seeds म्हणता, which is a complex thing, but here we are calling it as spores. So under unfavorable conditions किती जाता, spores are bad. Then what is the character of this spore? These spores are having true walls. So they are having strong true walls, extremely resistant. Okay, so obviously harsh condition, unfavorable conditions ante ela. So that's why they are having extreme resistance, and they can survive for many years under an adverse condition, dispersed by air current. So since they are very light, they can disperse by water current. So these are the spores. This is the sporangium, and then this is their life cycle. So then it is glowing. This is a slime ball. Then it becomes a plasmodium. Then it is dividing in diploid condition, and then we get sporangia, wherein the spores are bed, and then it is released. Again, this spore released spores will be now becoming a slime mold. Again, it will be growing, becoming a plasmodia. Again, it will be bearing spores. So this cycle goes on and on and on. Okay, is this clear? Yes. Then last one is protozoans, and these protozoans are having 4 groups. Okay, so they are heterotrophic in nature, predators or parasites. So these 4 types of protozoans we'll see in next class. Okay, so last we'll see Chotu, we will see in next class. Okay, because Chotu ke upar there is a whole series. 4 episodes are there on Chotu. Yeah, Chotu is not so Chotu. Okay, so yes, we'll stop here for today.